Alright, so it is time, folks. The grand finals. And we are diving right into it. Spawning at the top of the game order as our white Terran from Team Courage. We have Nagi-sama in the right-hand corner as our purple Zerg. From Air Force Aces Spades, we have Coffin Hydra. Of course, the map, if you're not familiar, the kitchen start is indeed Circuit Breakers. Four-player map, pretty standard map, one of the more popular ones from a season or two ago. They really caught on, pretty consistent. So we can see that Coffin Hydra is heading in the wrong direction here, so we're deal. And this is a typical scouting pattern anyway. It's like fighting spirit scout clockwise because the naturals. Turn the mic up. Alright, let's see what we can do here. That should help play with that sound difference. Tell me if that fixed it. Should get it closer to what is good. We do see the depot going up right now for Nagi-sama, and we'll just have to see what he has in mind. SCV is going out after depot, so we could see a Rax at the natural. We could see CC first, although it'd be a bit early for that. But we're just going to see a pretty quick scout. No 8 racks or anything though, so it's not like he's going to be sending this out to hopefully try to build a really early bunker, and we are going to see 12 hatch coming down from Coughing Hydra. Any second, there we go. There goes the hatchery. And the scout drone as well, pretty typical. Both hatchery on 12 send out a scout on 12 as well, and interestingly enough, he is scouting through the center. Or he's just actually going to double scout. Maybe the center is to see the Overlord. I don't know if he saw this or not. He's about to, but he's just looking for signs of the hatchery. He doesn't see it. That kind of worries me because if it was 9 full speed, there wouldn't be a hatchery down, and he'd just leave and not notice it, but probably not the end of the world either. And we do see the pool has gone down, and he is making a bunch of drones. And then about 13-14 supply, we'll see the next hatchery come down. And this barracks here, not making aim reads, but that's fine. He was just waiting to scout. And now they've seen that his hatch first, he can actually throw down a CC, doesn't have to make an aim read, so this is a nice response here from Nagi-sama. In the meantime, we'll see here. This is actually a little bit risky because from Coughing Hydra, because he hasn't scouted yet. And he spent a lot of his larvae, so if it was, say, like an 8-rax, he would not have saved up the 3 larvae he needs to make a bunch of lings right away. So he droned a little heavy. I'm pretty sure this was like 14 hatch, and by doing that, it worked out fine in this game, but a lot of times if you haven't scouted, you throw down your hatch, you just save larvae after your pool and throw down your hatch when you have the money. If you still haven't scouted, that way if it's like that, you're not just stuck with no larvae to make things with. And the scouting drone does die, but has confirmed the command center, so he's in no worry now. And actually, he did save up some lings from the bottom hat, so he does have a full complement of 6 out. Which means that Nagi-sama is going to need a bunker. That, or he's going to need to go up the ramp with SCVs or something. 2 Marines is not going to deal with these 6 lings very efficiently at all. And we do see he's still alive and scouting around. He should have seen this, but he's not acting like he did, and I'm a little worried for him. He's bringing a bunch of SCVs, but I think they're just coming down to mine. Or are they coming down to block? I'm not sure. They need to get into blocking position really badly. He's going into the surround. He's got 1 Marine, and they're all going to go down really fast. Now there is just 1 left, and this is a pretty uncomfortable situation. Although there actually is a... Oh, no, that's an engineering bay. That's not a factory. And the links have made it into the main. There are 2 Marines, though, with good micro. He could live this, but 1 is misrallied, and he's chasing after it a little too hard there. A little sloppy. Coughing Hydra didn't have to go after that, and now he's running back into the natural. Not going to continue to kill Marines coming out of the barracks, but we see more lings have been made from Coughing Hydra. Just another pair, though. Maybe just to kill that scouting SCV, and inexplicably, he leaves the base of Nagi-sama. That is really inexplicable. He could have continued to do damage, continue to at least kill Marines as they pop from the barracks, force SCVs off the minerals, but he decided to just leave, which I don't really understand. Questionable, or at least strange decision, and we do see the lair has started for him. And the academy going up, and I'm gonna, but I don't want to put the ND on because I need feedback if there's stream issues or anything like that. Whoa, oh. Okay, so finally the SCV dies. Pretty good job there of Nagi-sama, although he didn't exactly keep it moving around during the crisis. I like this. Well, actually, this bunker positioning is interesting. It does cover the ramp nicely, but it does leave the bottom part here of the command center quite exposed. And here comes another round of SCV for another. Oh, and he's got it like mineral walking as it does glaze right through there. I don't know. I guess maybe he sent it when he already had vision, because he ran right through those lings and that drone. Yeah, so he must have sent this SCV out when he still had vision of minerals in the main. But anyway, second SCV, scouting SCV arrived. When we look over here, we have a Hydra Den, so this is going to be 3-hatch lurker. Not quite the most standard CVT opening, but or not quite as common, I should say. It's still standard. But 3-hatch Muda, definitely the more common opening we do see. His +1 going. His barracks going up. We should see one more, as this does look at first glance like +1 5 racks. But we'll see how he reacts differently upon seeing the lurker. We do have these lanes moving out across the map now, and they do have their speed done. There's 6 of them. And he's also, oh, that's another lurk. He's sending out a drone though, so he's going to go into macro play, looking to take that 3rd hatchery behind these lurkers. And the 6 lings are going to run in here. They really won't be able to do anything. Actually, I kind of like that Spy Depot, especially if it's tight there, because then that prevents that run by down to the uncovered part of the bunker. It's always hard to tell for sure if that's tight. It actually could be, even if it looks big. And we can see he is getting the 3rd hatch. I guess that works. I'm not too familiar with what's a lot more common to take. Oh, whoa, whoa. Is he looking to double expand behind his lurkers? That would be fun. I was gonna say usually Zerg takes their 3rd base to another main, so they can put the lurkers on top of the ramp and be safe. And then when they've got them on the ramp and the defilers are out, they can get a Nidus and they can just swarm down and have access to a really easy 4th base. And yeah. So here come the first 2 medics, and it is going to be 4 racks tech upon scouting those lurkers. We will have +1 pretty quickly here. And here, oh, okay, the links look like, oh, maybe we're going to do a little bit of a backstab, at least threaten it. Certainly do this to delay the Terran. He doesn't want to engage though, and these links run through out of nowhere. But they don't actually only lose one, so not that big of a deal. Still waiting on this drone here, not sure what he's up to, but anyway, we can see this hatchery is up, the gas has started. He is throwing down another macro hatch, so we'll go to 5 hatcheries. He has a lurker out right now, and a few more are beginning their morphing. No sign of the Queen's Nest yet, so we'll see if he plays the more lair-centric, heavy mid-game, flank-style army, or if he'll go into the quick defilers. We do see his starport, the starport for Nagi-sama getting quite close to finishing here at this point. Marines are just using their depots. Oh, and the scouting SCV is trying to sneak out, probably confirm the location of another base. If he's paying attention, Coffee Hydra that is, he will definitely go deny this SCV, and it looks like he is not going to let him see what he has in mind, so nice job there, being on top of the scouting. We can see the Marine force of Nagi-sama is slowly working its way across the bridges, getting ready to move out. As lurkers continue to move out. And there are 2 here at the bottom of the ramp, burrow them here at the bottom, and it makes it pretty hard. Now it is coming down a ramp, so it's a little easier to do. Certainly coming up a ramp with Marines with 2 or 3 lurkers at the bottom is next to impossible, because they funnel into that tight space and insta-die to 2 sets or 3 sets of lurker spines. You see his +1 is finished. And looks like a scouting Marine going over here. Of course, obviously not opting to take this 3rd, but that is quite common as it is closer to the Terran. And actually, this is interesting. I guess it's because of the lurkers, but he doesn't want to do any sort of aggression before vessel. I mean, it's certainly possible. And I don't know, I'd rather see him out on the map. You don't have to commit to anything, but now he's just going to have to take his time to get rid of these lurkers. They're going to presumably burrow here on this side of his double bridges. And we do see the 5th racks going now, and the science vessel is, wait, is there a science facility? It is a dropship in production right now. This is probably our science facility. It sure is. So here we go, lurkers burrowing, and Nagi-sama needs to be careful, but getting a nice spread here on his Marines. And, oh, he's actually going to try to run in, so we're going to have an attack. Nagi-sama needs to scan and spread. A lot of his Marines are pretty close to him. He doesn't seem entirely ready for this. There we go. Let's bring down a little more. He's actually annihilating this one right now. Needs to make sure scans go out, though. There's the last scan. It's really easily. Coffee Hydra forced it back up. A little bit of an interesting assault there. Didn't really have to commit to that, and certainly didn't work out the way he intended. As just, oh, and he's taking his lurkers off of this base, so this base will be vulnerable if he's able to kill the next wave of this force being made. Alright, that's about as quiet as I can make it. And here we go. Now streaming across, how close is his start? Okay, science facility is done, so it's just a matter of getting this vessel. We can see his dropship is done as well. And Hydra desperately going, I don't know where, possibly going in position for a flank, but he sees a few of them. He's cutting one off right now, and I really just don't know where he's headed. Are we going to see, oh, we got some hold lurkers going on, or they're hard to see on this map. They blend in perfectly. So that was definitely getting rid of a few Marines, and now he just needs to be careful of, oh, snipes down the tank with the Hydras. Nice job there. One tank, though, still remains. And at this point, it is looking like it is going to be a Lurker Hydra composition, which really will, Nagi-sama will need to add that second factory, as it's very, very difficult to deal with that composition with just Marine Medic, because the Hydra do decently, especially with the Lurker support, and it's a little harder to spread nicely on top of the Lurkers because the Hydra just stand on top of them. And you can't pull back as easily either. And of course, Hydra fall pretty easily to tanks, just out in the open. So we'll see if he recognizes this, and he sure does. He's adding the second factory. And at this point, Coughing Hydra is looking to secure his bottom right base, and is doing so. The only thing I'm a little worried about here is the defenselessness aspect of the third base. In that if anything sneaks over there, and he's got very little map vision. He has this one link, but he doesn't really know where Nagi-sama is right now, and this base is very, very undefended. Now, he does have a pretty significant army, although right now it appears to be mostly pure Hydra, and he is rushing down here to defend. We'll see if he engages. It looks like he is going to come in here. The tanks do need to siege up, and they're a little slow to do so. A lot of Hydras on top of them, but where are the Lurker support? Is not there, and this army is getting murdered by the Marines. Every single Hydra going down without a problem, and the Lurkers way out of position. There are still those three there, and causing tremendous problem. Nagi is not noticing this, and now come the Lurkers in this attack. Really poorly coordinated, needs to scan, and it does go down. He needs to finish off that last Lurker there, which he is in the process of slowly doing. Unfortunately, these slow scans and the unexpected Lurkers down here causing quite a bit of problems. Coughing Hydra does not need to continue to stream units in here. And here come two Hydras. They just need to run on top of these tanks, which they can do, but he seems to be ignoring this and is going to counterattack into Marine Medic, which doesn't work out well at all. I'm not sure what the decision-making is. And oh god, they are on walk move. 4 or 5 of them falling for nothing. And here comes some Lurkers. Okay, that could make us a little more effective. Does he throw down the scan? He does. And he's got a pretty good spread right here, Marines. That Lurker going down really easily, taking care of those Hydras with no problem. And Nagi-sama is in a very, very good position right now if he can just take out this third base. We do look the Hive obviously a little slower when you go for this, but it is on the way right now. And, whoa. That just got pulled out of position. There we go. And here we go. Oh, he's made Lurker eggs on the ramp, but there are tanks here, there are vessels here to deal with this, and also that is a lot of medics. So they will be going down in a sec. I don't even think they'll finish. He will be able to enter this third base here, and there's not really enough Hydra to engage on the backside. Nagi-sama could be using some more reinforcements, we can see, although he's doing a pretty good job keeping these barracks flashing. But reinforcements not exactly streaming across the screen. Lots and lots of medics though, my god. And looks like Coughing Hydra is going to do another counterattack. See here, this dropship is yet to come into use. We'll see if he's prepared for this. Oh, SCVs are maynarding out, but I don't know if they get noticed by Zerg. And we'll see if the dropship drops its contents. It is. He should seize up the tanks on the side of the bridge as well. Make it very hard for this counterattack to be successful. See, he's already forcing some Lurkers to burrow, and he is now moving here into the third base, and the third base is going to fall. There's absolutely no way he can possibly defend this. The fourth base is up, but no drones mining amidst the chaos. Not quite able to keep up with that level of multitasking right now. And yeah, all the drones here are dying, and the third base is in the process of going down. The Hive is up. Do we have Defiler Mound? We do not so far. And the counterattack idea is somewhat being abandoned, or possibly went over here and took off those medics. I'm not really sure which. We can hear the sound of more medics trying to walk back, dying to Lurker spines, and the dropship headed towards the main base. Tank's going out the gas now. He just needs to scan for this base and eliminate that. He's not started to head in the direction. Here comes a big switching back into Lurker Ling Force. So some crazy text transitions here. But there's not that many Lings, and heavy tank numbers are pretty darn good against Lurkers as tanks outrange them. But one tank is wandering off doing God knows what, And the lurkers are going to come in and try to take it out, burrowing from the other side. There we go. The tank has nowhere to run. It will fall immediately. And the second tank also getting surrounded by the forces of Coughing Hydra, taking that out also. Oh, a little Marine has ninja'd his way down here and is tickling the drones on the gas. I hope these are military units, as he will need those, or he will need to take his drones and kill that off. As it is just one Marine, but he does know about this now. And here comes Lurker Hydra. All these tanks are falling almost instantly, and now there are just this group of medics left. And Nagi-sama needs to reclaim control of the game. He wasn't in a good position, but this army is giving him a lot of trouble. He's donating a lot of these medics here, as they will soon fall to these lings. They don't appear to have crack yet. We do see it's 1-1 against 1-0, so really pretty good, much better upgrades for Nagi-sama though. And this is pretty frustrating here. He's not really doing anything about this one Marine, although this Marine should be back here killing drones, not killing the gas, although if it actually manages to kill the gas, that'll be pretty awesome. Pretty spectacular. And what the mother of... Oh, it's a Great Spire. Okay. This suddenly makes sense. We're going to see some Guardians, folks. He's got a starport, although only one. Oh, no, he's got two. Okay, so this will be really easy to deal with. He can just throw out a Wraith or two and deal with that really, really easily. It'll be a bit of a surprise. Might stop mining for a short period of time. But certainly no killing blow, if you will. Could use a little bit more saturation. The third is completing the wall here, and the more important thing is, do we see any signs? We do not see any signs of a mech transition. He still has the two factories. I assume he's researching mines here. And we'll start to see the beginnings of that mech transition. And how many Meta has he made? How many Guardians? The Meta are still just chilling at the natural though, and setting up in a very defensive position, although he's not moved to reclaim that third yet. Almost able to kill that gas with that one Marine. And here comes a big force of Nagi-sama. One Ling goes down, but that vessel needs to get into a better position. He's going to try to come around the back way, actually, and assault the main. And this is the problem. You've got to have vision of this as a Zerg player, and he does not. He is going to really have to scramble to get in position for this. We'll see if he does quick thinking and knows to flank from both sides. Okay, now he seems to be sensing maybe something is wrong. But here we go, coming in from the backside, taking out these two Hydras really easily, and just going to continue his way on into the natural and everything. Yeah, we can see now, it looks like he is going to have the foresight to flank it from both sides. This is going to be necessary to engage this army, especially as tank heavy as it is. We can see some tanks already sieging up right now, and they will be very exposed from the backside to these Lings. D-Matrix going on a Marine, but probably not the Marine he intended to, as it didn't extract any fire. And oh, defensive Guardians coming into play at just the right moment, working out pretty well, but the Lurkers are pretty out of position. And here come the Lings coming in from the backside. The tanks are still all alive though, and the Marines are cleaning up most of everything. It looks like the ground armies from both players are going to get mostly annihilated, but the Guardians will save the day here for Nagi-sama. Yeah, they will eventually save the day. Radiate's going down though, and they will be weakened. They won't really be any sort of offensive threat, but an interesting transition there, allowing them to survive that attack without really any lurkers. And now we can see a bunch more Hydra are streaming out. Still no sign of that Defiler Mound though. And oh, if we look at the bottom, we have a major drop going down here, killing out the hatchery and unable to kill even the dropship. So unfortunately, that is a huge deal right now. Coughing Hydra is reduced to 2 bases and just unable to quite keep up with what is happening on the map here from Nagi-sama. And at this point, he is probably just going to die. It's pretty difficult to manage anything off of just those 2 bases. A large group of Marine medic, or I should say a large group of Marine with absolutely no medic support, which is a bit of an issue. And there's a Valkyrie out now as well. It's flying a little in front of the army, but Coughing Hydra, he just now sees it, turning back thinking about it, but Nagi-sama noticing at the same moment as well. And now it is down to just Guardian Lurker. Here we go, running in, and the tanks sieging up. The Lurkers are running in. The Marines need to get spread. They're not doing a very good job of that at the moment, but it doesn't... Oh, there we go. See, that is why you have to spread. All those Marines instantly dying. He does kill them, but that was a pretty big loss. Did not have to take those kind of losses. So now the question is, does he have enough to just steamroll across the bridges? Reinforcements should be coming, especially with those medic reinforcements. I mean, this army can't stim that much, or it's going to have absolutely no health whatsoever. And he seems to... No? That's just a CV train to his 4th base. These medics and these Valkyries, man, they need to come. Need to come join the fight. Oh, here comes some Hydra trying to pick off the Valkyrie clearly, but there are 3 more in the backfield, which he doesn't know about. He does kill that Valkyrie. Doesn't really need to charge across these bridges, but we can see the rest of his army now coming up for support. A lot more Valkyries, which there may not be an answer to. The tanks do siege up. He's on the bridges here, which is a really bad place for Coughing Hydra to engage, as it's going to funnel everything of his into a choke. He's trying to force it across, but I don't think it's going to work out, although those Lurker Spines are doing a little bit of damage, but with the medic support still able to heal and overcome that Lurker. And now Overlords are dying, everything is dying, and Coughing Hydra can only say GG. Nagi-sama takes the first set. Very even game, though, in terms of resources, actually. Nagi-sama eventually pulling ahead, but only by the slightest of amounts. So the question is, who is up next to face Nagi-sama? Alright, so Shitty Shuffle is clearly here. I'm trying to think of who else is here from base that will step forward to play. Hopefully the sound got better at the end. It's actually really weird that the sound is this far off. Yeah, I'll try to turn it down as much, but this sound is turned down really, really low. It shouldn't... It's strange that it's a problem at all. It doesn't really make sense. The mic is, like, maxed and the sound is super low. But I'll try to reduce the Broodor sounds even further if they need to be. And it's not even like the Brood War sounds are turned up particularly loud on my computer. I mean, I've got them in my headphones and stuff, so it's not like it's blaring in my ears. So it's odd. Maybe this mic is just super quiet. I'm not really sure. As I am casting from the new PC as opposed to the laptop, which was too slow and had a tendency to lag with XSplit. Oh lord, I think I'm about to... I think Drink Blood is trying to seduce me right now. He wants me to say nasty things to him. It's a little intense. I'm not sure I can handle this. I'm kind of sitting back here like, okay. You'll have to come to my house. Who is next? What is going on? Unless they are having a team planning session to decide who they are going to send to face the furious force of Nagi-sama. In the meantime, let's do this. Twitch.tv/mystream. This is so ghetto. So I got the new computer, so I had the laptop keyboard for a while, although I used an external keyboard to play. But the laptop keyboard got KO'd. I have a computer now, a desktop, so the laptop keyboard obviously isn't useful. And the external keyboard, I hosted a party, and someone jacked the enter key. I shit you not, just the enter key off my keyboard. So I have no enter key, so I have to get a little, like, pen, and every time I want to type, I have to hit the enter button with the pen. It's pretty annoying. A less than ideal situation, if you will. Oh, actually, now I feel like an idiot. I'm glad I just remembered that. That just kind of saved my life. Someone obviously didn't think ahead quick enough to take the second one. But obviously I didn't think quick enough either to remember that I had a second one. Alright, so we're going into the second game. It's going to be HK. Yeah, shout out to Drink Blood for reminding me that I have apparently no intelligence. And that there's a second enter key on the keyboard. Alright, so it looks like it's going to be Sniper Ridge, and it looks like it's going to be Relentless playing. A little TBT action, I think, going on. Nagi-sama enters the fray. Let's do a test here of the chat. Yeah, enter keys are a nice convenience to have in-game chat. Do you know how annoying it is to try to chat in-game with a pen, hitting enter to type, and then typing, and then hitting it with a pen? You have to take your mouse hand totally off. You can't even, like, make probes with your mouse hand, like, for early game chatting. Nightmare. Alright, so it is going to be TVT. Sorry, guys, I am not particularly knowledgeable about this matchup. It is the one matchup I really don't know and don't play ever, like, at all. So I have not gotten around to learning it, but I will do my best to, I don't know, it'll be more of a play-by-play commentary. I don't exactly know what's good, what's strong against what, but we'll make do. So in the top right-hand corner as our Brown Terran from Air Force Ace of Spades down 0-1, we have Relentless. And in the bottom right-hand corner, the winner of the first game from Team Courage, we have Nagi-sama. Oh, these actually are up. That's weird. Alright, those are up actually really high, but they're not that loud through my mic. Alright, how's this balance? Is this too extreme, or is this an acceptable balance of sounds? And obviously right now both players just doing the usual SCV production and all that kind of stuff. It runs nice. The stream should be smooth. It looks like it's smooth as day. Okay, people telling me it is acceptable. No longer overpowered by the game. As nice as the game sounds are to have, if you want casting, it doesn't really make sense to have me have the game sounds 4 times louder than me. So we see depot going down for both players. Okay. There for a second I was like, where's the depot? Where's the depot? And here we go. SCV is just chilling. And now heading out to scout. Is going to go in the... I don't know the scouting patterns. I think it's going to go the incorrect direction though. Oh, maybe not. He's going to scout the middle? I don't know. Yeah, he's going to scout the middle. Wants to make sure he's not getting proxied. And he is not. And he's going to go on. Does he have his map pack sense? Where's he going to go? Is he just going to cross scout or is he going to double back? It's going to be cross scout. Okay, so he's going to find him either second or he's going to find him not for a long, long time. Oh, okay. Someone's saying Nagi-sama always scouts mid. That is good to know. As that is absolutely what we are seeing right here. And we can see the gas going up immediately for both players, so we're not going to see anybody doing like rack expands. And scouting correctly, of course, Relentless is. So he will have a quick idea of the general gist of what's going on. You're going to see there's no super greedy economic plays, no cheese being thrown his way. Of course, we won't know yet if it's factory play, wraiths, what exactly is going to be coming here. Little SCV fight. Getting off a hit on Relentless's SCV. We can see the factory going up. And a Marine arriving now to chase that SCV from Relentless. Let's see if we look at these factories. We can see Nagi-sama's factory about 150 HP ahead. And both players are leaving plenty on gas. Oh, actually, there's one off gas for Nagi-sama. I hope this is intentional, because he's only mining gas right now with 2 SCVs. Oh, and the SCV dies for Nagi, and the SCV heading back home here for Relentless. Relentless, I know, a very quick player in terms of APM, about 250, 260. I don't know how well that translates into mechanics. I only played him twice so far, so I don't have a super good feel of it. Oh, and we've got some aggression from Nagi-sama. We've got some 2 factories. And oh my gosh, it is 2 factory and 2 factory. This is 2 fact volts here. Oh my god, the SCV of Nagi-sama. Oh, the ramp was open. It actually sees and confirms both factory. He knows exactly what he's up against. Meanwhile, Relentless doesn't have a clue. Okay, the machine shop is going down for Relentless, but it was added much faster for Nagi-sama. Who right now, to be honest, it kind of looks like there's FD, but it might be vultures and mines. But judging from the wait period, I think we're going to see a tank popping out of this factory. And 1 vulture arriving at the ramp. The Marines are there, and they are in position to block it, so that vulture will not be able to do much on its own. Doesn't have the vision, can't really micro Marines on the ramp, and now the tank is out. This looks like a low Marine count FD so far, but of course there's actually 2 facts back there. You can see another scout, or probably another vulture actually heading out here for our friend Relentless, who is actually just now going to expand behind this. And as long as he can hold, particularly with mines, he will be able to hold, as there's no sign of scan or anything like that. So if he does that, he's going to be just fine, and he's going to get his expansion up faster than Nagi-sama, who is now moving out. He looks like he's got opted for speed first, though, which might be a little bit interesting for defensive purposes, but we can see there's a tank at the top. He does have the 2 factories of production. Both of his have shops. Nagi only has 1 shop. And the scouting barracks seeing exactly what units are arrayed, and they are set up nicely on the high ground. Needs to pull that vulture back though. Does pick off the Marine, but just goes and lets it die. We'll see if he can get off the first hit on the tank, but I don't know if he can go up there with the vulture and the tank. And yeah, realizing no, he can't do that. Might try to sneak a vulture by. No, it is not going to make it by though. It is just going to go fight the tank and dies quite quickly, as that never ends particularly well for vultures. And now Nagi is going to get a little bit behind in this game, as his CC is going to be a lot slower. Continuing with the dedicated 2 fact, he's actually getting an armory, potentially looking to add some Goliaths here. He has sieged up though, so that's another way you can play TVT. You don't necessarily have to go super fast expansion. You can kind of get map advantage, and then you can expand behind that. But we'll see what the game plan is. Obviously, can't really rush up and attack there, as there's high ground tanks for Relentless, and also a lesser tank count for Nagi-sama. What is that running by? This is an SCV, okay. The spotter barracks working wonders though, nice to have out there, and there's no race or anything out on the field to deny that. Oh, but Relentless has his own siege, and if Nagi-sama's tanks are in rage, he's just going to lose this tank, unfortunately. I don't know if that tank is placed high ground or low ground, but that's pretty unfortunate. Nagi-sama is working himself into a hole here quite quickly. I mean, his expansion is nowhere started. He's actually going to transition into starport, so this is going to be decently all in. Although he might be looking to make a command center as well. An interesting decision-making choice here. But obviously it is way, way behind the command center timing from Relentless. Not even started. Relentless has been mining for his right now. He's mined like 50 minerals off each patch. And there we go, the CC being dropped finally for Nagi-sama. Oh, and a Goliath out as well, going to move that spotter barracks back, and really Nagi-sama's position now not that great. He is not going to be able to get like a really strong high ground choke position here like he may have been aiming for at the beginning of this game. Some more tanks coming out though for Nagi-sama, and will probably work their way up to his high ground pod that he is holding right now. And it looks like we're going to be seeing, it could be a dropship too, but probably race, although there's no sign of cloak being researched, so this makes me wonder if it isn't dropship. I don't actually know what to expect coming out of here. Yeah, okay, dropship. Oh, and it looks like he's going to move here onto the high ground so he can take his third, although of course this choke is very narrow. Now there we go, sieging up the tanks. Is he in range of any of them? Yes, he is. One immediately falling, and the Goliath here is going to die, but it is spotting for these tanks down here, and just needs one more shot off, and he's got better position. He's on, I think this is high, no, actually these are, I guess, level ground to each other. But he has basically gotten position of his third base here, and he can look to take that anytime he wants now. And there's only 1 tank remaining for Nagi-sama right now, although he is reinforcing with 2 tanks. And right now, it just doesn't seem like he has the units to commit to this drop here, unless he's produced a few vultures I have not noticed. If we take a look at the fact count, there are 4 here for Relentless. And for Nagi-sama, we have only 2. And the command center actually only just now landing. Yeah, he's not started to mine this, so he is easily 600 or 700 minerals behind Relentless right now. his expansion only just kicking in. He does still have his spotter barracks, which is quite nice. And that dropship just waiting for units. And if we look at the starport going up for Relentless, is either player upgrading? No, neither player's upgrading. There's actually 2 dropships out now for Nagi-sama. One looks like it has been loaded up and is headed towards the natural. Not a bad place. I mean, the units for Relentless are fairly out of position for this. And we will just follow this guy as it gets ready to come in. Is the second dropship out here? No, it is still hovering over the starport, not rallied. And in the meantime, oh, nice scouting vulture, going to see this command center going up. You can see he's taking it over here because of Nagi-sama's map presence by this expansion. It would make it pretty difficult to transfer SCVs, and he's just going to hold down here and take this base. Of course, he's going to need to get units over there to get rid of that vulture. And this dropship from Nagi-sama still staying nice and idle. The second dropship finally being taken out of the starport. We're just kind of waiting for stuff to spring to life. Alright, there we go. Relentless sitting over at Goliath to take care of that vulture. And this dropship, it needs to do something. And meanwhile, advancing forward, he has forced Nagi to go ahead and retreat back down here. So getting into a pretty comfortable position here. Lots of tanks now coming down. Neither of these drops, though, yet springing into play. Oh, those are his mines. Okay, I was a little worried for a second. Actually, Nagi is bringing the dropship back. May just use it offensively here, but he's down to just a few tanks on this high ground pod, although running into a few mines, and Relentless does have to pull back. Yeah, it was indeed that dropship he brought back. So Nagi is holding, but he is holding just by the skin of his teeth. There's just lots more units right now. Nagi-sama has added a bunch of factories, though. He's going to 6 fact right now. And this command center soon to finish. Alright, being reinforced, now getting 5 tanks up on that high ground. And we might see some drops here as well on top of this army. Or they're just going to be spotting dropships for the moment. I actually think if he had some vultures or even a tank or 2 that he could load in there, it would work to go ahead and drop on this and take it out. Oh, my stream's getting plugged. That's pretty cool. And wait, is this the dropship sneaking around the side now? Yes, it is. I guess he feels comfortable enough now on his high ground ridge, and we're going to have the drop going into the natural at the same time. Will Relentless move in? I don't know. Okay, it is just a vulture drop right now. There are 3 of them in this dropship. SCVs are going. Alright, Relentless reacting pretty quickly here to this. Gonna need some units coming out of his factories here, though, if he wants to deal with this. And at the same time, Relentless moving and setting up here, trying to start putting that contain off on Nagi, but he loses 1 tank. Of course, Nagi with the high ground advantage. Oh, but one of Nagi's tanks also falling, and now the vultures are in the main base, being dropped, picking off SCVs, which are just running to and fro. They don't know what to do. There is a vulture out here for Relentless, so he'll be able to start cleaning this up. He's actually cleaned up 2 of these, and it looks like he'll clean up the last one as it is focusing on targeting down the SCVs. Oh, that's just a mine. That scared me for a sec. Alright, and finally it has been cleaned up. I'm not sure how many SCVs it killed. Looked like just 4 or 5, so not a devastating drop by any means. But it didn't do absolutely nothing. And some vultures running up here trying to fight the tanks. Don't need to be doing that. We can see Nagi-sama seizing up on the high ground here. The vultures are going to come in, maybe try to mine up around this tank. Yes, and the tank actually just dies before the mines even do anything. So that third is going to be very delayed. He can actually pick off the SCV for it as well. The dropship is coming down, I think, to help protect... Or I don't even know if there's anything in that dropship. Maybe it's just going down there to get a look at what's going on. But the third getting delayed for Nagi, although Relentless has not transferred SCVs over to his third base. And if we look at the tank count, we see 5 and 5 for both players down here. Some Goliaths are going to finally finish off this spotter barracks, but Nagi has already built a lot. He is working off 6 facts. Relentless has still been off 4, adding a 5th. But whenever he decides to get SCVs over there, he will have access to that third gas, which is very nice. TBT, very much a gas-centric matchup. Tanks, quite gas-heavy. Goliaths cost a little bit of gas. Wraiths certainly are gas-heavy if you decide to go that route. Just a matchup that needs a lot of gas, and really this matchup is all about the tanks. And here come a bunch of vultures for Nagi-sama, but this base has already been cleared out. Relentless moving his vultures back. And finally, this base starting to mine. There's only 1 SCV right now mining gas, though, at the third base. And Nagi has not started his third. He could have started here and tried to float it out. but right now he's focused very much on not dying and getting his last position here overrun. There are 7 tanks now set up. Relentless having a similar number. And here comes a dropship flying around the other side. So this base is going to be very exposed to the drops. Oh, and Nagi trying to put a bunch of tanks. Oh, but 2 of them go down and no tanks going down for Relentless there. And this is still low enough tank count that losing 1 or 2 tanks really is a big deal. And here comes the dropship. There's a Goliath there. It sees it, so this might mitigate the damage as it will buy him time for units. The 4 Vultures can clean up the 1 Goliath, but the Goliath is going to do some damage of its own. It's actually going to take out 2 of the Vultures. So right now, Nagi's not microing this drop at all. Oh, this Goliath is worth its weight in gold. It will not quite kill the other one, but Relentless needs to react and maybe drill these Vultures and or just send some units over here to deal with this. But right now, okay, there we go. He's going to go ahead and run away. And we see Nagi, I mean, he's got some units back here. And it looks like he might be ready to go for it. The tanks are unsieging. What is the game plan here? Okay, some units for Relentless coming over. A tank and a Goliath coming over to clean up that drop. And actually loading up another dropship with Goliath. So this, I think, is going to be an aggressive drop here. Although the position is pretty good for Relentless. Tanks are nicely spread. We'll see if Nagi-sama can make it happen, though. There are 3 dropships there. Not a lot of turrets. Not a lot of Goliaths. But 1 tank moves forward. No! Oh, it gets donated. Oh, these tanks, they matter so much right now. And this drop, it looks like it was picked back up into the... Oh, no. The Goliath has arrived. Has not finished off the dropship, though, which is only 1 side away. And here we go. Nagi moving in. The tanks being dropped. Will it be enough to break the position of Relentless? He's got a very nice arc of tanks. And it looks like Nagi-sama may break the left side of the position. He's going to need to siege up here pretty soon, though. And 2 tanks do remain for Relentless. And here we go, charging in. But he needs to siege. Or maybe he's just going to try to walk all the way on top of them. But these tanks have all taken a lot of shots, and they're in danger of falling very fast. Will it be enough? I'm not sure. The reinforcing Goliaths arriving. A mine goes off. This last tank is going to fall. Nagi is going to be unable to break this position for the moment. He has eliminated all the tanks, though. And finally, that dropship does die. Relentless getting back to dealing with that. And Nagi-sama decides there's no hope and says GG. Relentless ties it 1-1 between Ace of Spades and Courage. I'm tripping. Someone's got a whack-ass icon. Chris Solo, the league organizer, has a pair of sunglasses. That's freaking crazy. So who will be up next from Courage to challenge Relentless? The score is 1-1. As we wait to find out who will be sent out next from Team Courage. Yep, that is what we need to know. Who is next to play? Player announcements seem kind of slow so far this match. Courage, speak. Who do you send forth now to play? Oh, okay. You're conferring, putting some thought, and it looks like it might be Ager. It's going to be A and G. And it is indeed Ager. We're going to have some ZVT on Andromeda. Oh, we're letting the saying wait. We might have a pause at the start of the game. We may have a pause at the start of the game. We may not, but either way, at the bottom right-hand corner as our brown Zerg, we have Ager. And in the bottom left-hand corner as our purple Terran, who is not mining. Okay, that's not good. We might need to restart. That's messed up. A little bit of a re here. That's not quite ready to go. Gun getting jumped. Alright, now it is beginning to reel. There will be different spawns, of course, this time. So, in the bottom left-hand corner this time, as our yellow Terran, we have Relentless with a nice split. And in the top right-hand corner, as our purple Zerg, we have Ager. Ager, of course, from Team Courage. And Relentless, our yellow Terran, is from Air Force Ace of Spades. The series is tied 1-1. Overlord immediately scouting towards the left-hand side, going counterclockwise. Which I guess is the position that fits the snap. I know Andro vaguely, but I'm just trying to think where the naturals are. This map is known as a very big map, very open center, very much a Zerg favored map in both matchups due to that openness. Of course, has an in-base mineral-only main, and then has the normal natural. A decently narrow choke, though, to the natural, and fairly long. It's kind of a corridor that leads into that natural. And you can see here, as Overlord, there are those side disruptors right there, which can be killed, allow entrance into the back way, into the main. And they also allow options for some cute drop harass. Like if you drop tanks here, and these aren't killed off, that can be kind of annoying. If you don't have drop of your own, it can be hard to get rid of them, and they can range the lower part of most of these minerals. And we've got a pause. One moment, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I was ever established. I assume this is best of 7 because Courage said they really couldn't field 7 players, or 9 players for, or 5 players plus for a best of 9. So I think we're going to see best of 7, but that needs to be confirmed. There was talk of a best of 9 finals, but didn't sound like that was going to realistically be feasible. We do see his depot is up, and we should see racks coming down here at any point from Relentless. And there it is. And here comes a drone for Nagi, gonna make it at the natural, which is obviously makes sense. Zerg needs that 2 gas early on, it's very important. Now he could put the 3rd hatchery in the main, and there we go, there's the 12 scout as well. And the barracks for Relentless. See Ager throwing down his spawning pool, and of course that position there is just for the gas. It will actually make the SCVs mine it slightly more efficiently. Not anything that's not going to get you like mad gas compared to what you're used to having, but it will make it slightly more efficient. And here comes the drone arriving. It is going to see the barracks, just 1 racks. And he did scout through the center. All these players seem to be quite wary of cheese, so they'll be quite fine. And here comes the scouting SCV of Relentless. Going to go ahead and confirm that there was a 12 hatch, and yes, he is going to take the other in-base main, which makes sense because you access some more mineral patches and whatnot. So very quick, very easy 3-base Zerg. Of course, Terran can also take his mineral only pretty quickly. Could switch into a version of mech with very heavy vulture play, lots of harass-based play. Which in theory should suit Relentless, as he is a fairly quick player. Didn't really do much harassment against Nagi, but he was in a good position, so didn't really have to. We'll see if he opts for more of that this game. And there we go, one Ling being sent to chase the SCV around, and the other Lings are going to go sit by the front, so he does have some vision. was trying to figure out which one killed the scouting drone, because it's no longer there, but I'm not sure. So there we go, 3 being put on gas for Ager. We'll have a lair shortly. And the Marines, I like this position for Relentless. He's not building the bunker, but he is keeping the Marines kind of on his ramp, so if a bunch of Lings were to run in, he can just go ahead and bunch up. And unfortunately, Relentless has lost his SCV pretty quickly here to these Lings. That shouldn't usually happen, but it does from time to time. And here come these Lings. They don't need to run in here and shouldn't. They're just going to sit at the mouth, I assume, and check the Marine count. Okay, yeah. There we go. I was worried there for a second we were going to have a strange commitment. Then he would have had to make more Lings. We can see the lair did start. Now we just got to watch. If there's a hider den put down here in the next few moments, we will be seeing lurker play. If not, it will be the more typical muta play. And I'm not seeing the hider den so far, so I'm thinking we're going to see muta. Because usually if you're going lurker, you put that hider den down at half lair so that you can immediately start your lurker upgrade upon lair finishing. And Relentless, of course, has his 2 barracks, adding a 3rd barracks academy, so he's going the standard style. We'll see if he goes for like 4 racks and more of a pressure style, or if he does the old school style Terran 3 racks tech into 9-minute push with 3 tanks and a vessel. And oh, he slipped out a scouting SCV here. So that is going to be heading across the map, and it should make it. Depends on how close link speed is to being done. If link speed finishes, he's not going to be able to stop it. He's going to send his links back. And this is smart. I like this. Sometimes I see people making the mistake of an SCV gets out and they think, oh, and they've got to chase it with all their lings. But you never want to do that. You got to leave at least 1 at the front so that you have an idea if Terran moves out. And then you're not throwing down like 8 panic sucks because you're worried that none of your sunks are going to finish by the time the Marines get there. Oh, is this a hider den? Oh, no, we got a spire. So we're going to see some 3-hatch muta action coming up here from Ager. And all 3 barracks are up. The eBay going down, the academy research. We could see a little poke here from Relentless now, and this is actually a sizable poke, to be honest. This is 4 meds and a decent number of Marines. What is the Aspire timing? He should need a creep or 2. He's adding 1. He might need 3 against this, actually, as there are 4 medics here. Although, this might just be a fake by Relentless. No, he's going to continue on. We'll see how many adds. The second one is going up. The Marine count that high, but with 4 medics, that is a lot of healing potential. And yes, he is going to... Well, no, that's just a spawning drone. I don't know. Oh, we're going to have a backstab, though. Is he in position for this? Is he ready for the backstab? Oh, he certainly looks to be, especially with a fire bat. It could do damage with a great surround, but I'm not sure it will. And he is only on 2, but it looks like his muta are being made right now. Relentless needs to get up here. He's killed off a Ling, but I think this force is going to get killed. It might break the Sunkens, but the muta are going to pop pretty soon, and he will be able to micro that down. We'll see if he commits to it. He's going to get that Overlord for sure, but that is giving him the time he needs. 2 Sunkens are finished. Whoa, this medic needs to be pulled back. No! Ah! Okay, now it's just 2 medics, so this is not a dangerous force at all. He needs to probably get ready to return home, though. If he engages this, I think it'd be the wrong move, but he's trapped out here, and these muta are going to take down these Marines fairly easy. Although he was looking to reinforce that other group, but now that the muta are out, it's going to be time to return home. Needs to be careful, though. Does not want to fly over, obviously, all these Marines. We can see no turrets are up yet, but they are beginning to be erected. What's he going to do? A lot of times we see turret positioning here in games on this map. Oh my god! A mutiling flank! Holy shit! Everything dies! Nice move by Ager there. Not good at all for Relentless. He does have Marines back at home to defend with, but that was not what he wanted to happen. He's losing control of that force, not anticipating that. And behind this, if we look at the top left-hand corner, we see Ager taking another base. And there are... Okay, finally the turrets are going up here. Yeah, this is the most common turret position, is to just put it here, a few at the racks here, and then a few at the natural here, and you've got pretty solid turret defense. Sometimes the turrets, I think I've actually seen them built on this high ground too, so that the mutas can't come and abuse this cliff. But Ager doesn't even really seem to want to use his mutas, just kind of using the threat of mutas for his map control. In fact, I'm not even sure that's the full complement of 12. And a lot of hatcheries. There are 3, 4, 5 hatcheries right now. And the Hydroden is up, the Queen's Nest is on the way, so Ager is going to be playing the more traditional, quicker Hive Zerg play. You can see Relentless has Marines in both places to defend against the Muta, both the natural and the main. And now Ager is getting up to a fuller number of Mutalisk and transferring what I assume are drones over here, and he might be ready to run in with these Lings. But here comes Relentless now. He is coming out. Really should bring his other group of Marine Medic out here as well, as this is not enough, and that is a dangerous trap if he runs in there with such a small number of M&M. There we go. Now bringing back the rest of them. We can see the factory is up. Where is the starport? 2 more racks going up. The starport not started yet, though. And back in the main, we see some lurkers being made. A little 1 lurker anyway. No lurkers at the ramp, though, which is a little concerning. And here we go. Now Relentless is moving out with the full army. There are still a lot of Lings here, though. We'll see if he goes forward, if he's going to try to wait for some of these Marines getting way too far in front, especially the Fire Bat, which is really unfortunate. That goes down in a hurry, but this attack is not well controlled by Ager, and everything is getting obliterated. Relentless is bringing the Fager. Ager loses everything immediately, and now I am worried about his third, especially if Relentless has scanned. Oh, okay, the lurkers have reached over. I'm not as worried about the third as I thought. The situation is okay. Yeah, I think it's just going to be best of 7 today. And Holy Mother of God, my Twitch chat decides to update, and I get like 50 messages. Alright, here we go. I don't think he can break on either side, though. Whoa! Move commanding in there for a sec. I mean, it was annoying for Ager to lose that, but he's got his bases secure. I don't really think Relentless can kill him with this without tank support, tank vessel support, as there's Lurker sunken. But Marines are being sent up. Oh, we've got a little backstab. Going to surround those 2 Marines, pick them off really easily. And he's actually eating away this whole force. Nice play by Ager there. Always, always good when you can pick off reinforcements. And oh, the tank is so vulnerable right now. And this is a tank that he needs. He knows that he CVs to try and defend it. But unfortunately, they were in the wrong spot. And he cannot keep the tank alive. So that is pretty unfortunate for Relentless there. And at the same time, oh, I thought Ager was going to try to run forward and do this. But we can see Relentless inching back just a little bit. So that counterattack, in terms of mineral value, wasn't really worth it, but killing that tank, pretty nice benefit. Doesn't have to worry now about that banging away at his front. And if we take a look here at the status of the hive, it is done. The defiler mound about halfway, so it is going to be consumed here quite soon. And where is the starport? Oh, okay, here it is. And the vessel is on the way. And more Lings from Ager. I don't even know where they're sneaking out from, but somehow they are sneaking out. I guess Relentless is just leaving openings. And we're going to have another backstab, but he is well positioned and well prepared for this. Should not really be able to do anything. And actually more Sunkens. Oh, he's trying to run in here. This is risky. There are several lurkers, although... Yeah, okay, he's just going to prevent these Sunkens from going up. Not a bad decision. And now the tanks are arriving. Beginning to shell away. Actually, are those even in range? It is in range to shell away at the lurkers. But the hive is getting pretty close to being done. The defiler mound is done. Just going to be waiting on that consumed. Defiler should be popping here any second now. Counterattack obviously easy dealt with, and here come the reinforcements. Really could use that science vessel right now, having to rely on scans, and it will soon be arriving. Ah, the Lings are trying to get another tank, and they do! Being so efficient with keeping these tank counts low. It's going to take him forever to bust this down, and this should give him plenty of time, to be honest, to hold for that consume to be out. It's got to be pretty close to being done. It's not a very long research. Oh, cute tactics here. Maybe we can try to burrow these lurkers on the ledge and pick off the Marines at the edge. Doesn't appear to work, though. But hey, it was cool. It would have been cool if it worked. Ah, Ling's coming forward on this tank. Relentless. Marines not really in position to defend that. Ager committing to it, not unable to kill the tank, though. Cannot run forward yet. And the consume is done. We hear that beautiful sound of defilers consuming, or perhaps terrifying sound, depending on what race you choose to play. And everything moves forward. Relentless needs to move back now as the swarm should be coming. Oh, it is a little bit slow, though. And he's so clumped. He needs to move back. And he does barely in time. So close. But that was almost everything dying here. One lurker apparently doing all the work, getting all 7 of those kills. He's the boss lurker. And we can see behind this, Ager is grabbing his 5th base. And Relentless is moving now to secure 30. You honestly could have secured that a bit faster, I personally think, on this map. But it is just a mineral only. It does not give access to that extra gas. And the more important question is mech switch or no? No. No. Sticking and actually adding another rack, so we might continue to see SK Terran from Relentless here. And here we go. Here come a bunch of Lings. That was just a suicide. And he's got a sick arc here on these, and yeah, the Lurkers have to run back. Where are more Defilers? Has he forgotten to make them? This would not be the good time to forget to make Defilers, but there aren't any more tanks. And at the same time, we've got a drop going on over here, and he gets the Sunken. Can he get the Nidus Canal? Units need to run through that right now, but Aegir doesn't seem to be responding. Worried about this force on the front, and the third is in trouble, although there is actually another Sunken up there, but he can go at least behind these drones and pick off some minerals here. Science Vessel! Vessel! No! Gets that scourged off. And yes, this is nice here. If he just keeps them right here, this is perfect. It doesn't defend, and he's going to have to wait for units to pop out of these hatcheries. He will eventually kill it, especially with the Defiler support. But now Aegir's running out, and there's no Defiler. Is there a scan? Relentless reacting pretty quickly, though. Doing a pretty good job, to be honest, microing on both fronts. Now the Lurkers are coming up. They will finally be able to deal with this. He will not be able to kill the hatchery off, but he did at least do a little bit of damage. Did kill the Nidus, which makes it that much harder to defend over at that base. And actually, this is still alive, these Lurkers. Okay, finally the surround from the Lings coming in, and I think he will be able to kill this off. Yes, he will. And in the meantime, we've got another little backstab, but I think there's enough units pouring out now from the racks. These little backstabs are not that scary. When you're getting on, what, like 7, 8 racks, you've got so many units, and he actually sees this, but oh no, another tank! How can this be? It goes just to where the Lings are. It's like it's fated to happen. Oh my god, can he save it though? The Marines, can he save the tank? No, he cannot. It stops. Oh, if it would have kept moving, it might have stayed alive, but it doesn't. And at the same time here, stuff getting devoured. Not that many dead Marines, lots of dead Lings, and then a Radiate going down on these Lurkers. There are tons of Lurkers, though, out for Aegir right now at both bases. There are not enough Defilers, though. I would love to see a few more of those. And unburrowing now with everything. Are we going to see a big movement across the map? Unfortunately, he's moving into a good position here from Relentless. Relentless really, his vessel count is really low, though. He does not have that. Okay, he's just getting that second starport. And here we go. Relentless sees it, moving in. It is a very, very Lurker-based force. And oh, he's surrounding, and Relentless is going to pull back, but he's not stemmed, and lots of Lurker spines going off. Oh, nice quick control. Oh, no! Oh, Relentless wasn't watching, and his Marines chased the Ling. Every single one is dead. Very unfortunate there, and now these medics are in big trouble as the Lurkers can probably surround and pick them off. And he's cutting off their retreat pattern. Relentless is going to try to save them. Swarm, defend that one Marine. It is deadly. And these medics here should also spring into action. Relentless still has an army, but that was an unfortunate loss. That was a lot of Marines for absolutely no reason. Brutal, just brutal. And now he's coming out to this base, which fortunately has a Defiler. I wonder if Aegir's... But now he has to be careful now, especially with there's that much of an army out there. If he gets flanked, especially with Swarm, it is going to be absolutely terrifying. And the Irradiate goes down. He throws down the Swarm. Good reactions from Aegir there. Will not be able to push in at this moment, and we're going to have a massive counterattack, which seems to be Aegir's game plan right now. And he does see it. He is running in here. These medics, though, are not in position to heal, and that is so many Lurkers coming in a line. He does have a bunker to fall back on, but the medics are out of position, and everything is getting slaughtered back home for Relentless. He's going into the bunker. He's going to need to repair it, but it's going to die before he can get there to repair it, so the Lings are going to overwhelm almost all of his home defenses. The army is now returning to defend, and there are swarms in the natural as well. Very scary position here for Relentless. Going to take impeccable micro here to live this. Especially in this tight choke, it's going to be really even almost impossible to micro against, and there is the Swarm. He's going to try to hold at the top of his ramp. Lings are devastating the SCVs in the natural, and he can't do anything about it. He can't run them as they will just die to the Lurkers, and if he doesn't run them, they just die to the Lings. So all the SCVs at the natural are getting slaughtered. I can't tell if the Defiler... Oh, the Defiler is still alive. Oh god, he's swarming his way into the main. This might be it for Relentless. Can he hold? Can he do it? But Aegir has a lot of bases to fall back on. Even if he does, all the Marines or all the Lings are dead, and there are still lots of Marines, but Lurkers in a tight space are very strong. He's moving on top of them. He is doing a beautiful job microing, staying very calm though, not rushing in, just casually moving back, waiting for the Defiler to get irradiated, the Swarms to get killed. And there we go. We'll see if he can get a good spread on the backside here as he tries to pick off a few of these Lurkers, and he is doing a pretty nice job of the Marine control here. I really like this. This is very good from Relentless, and the no panic play is working well. It's still taking damage, but it's kind of hard not to when Lurkers get into narrow corridors like this. And he may just clean this up, although the damage to the natural very significant. And I'm worried though because I see no SCVs on the third either, so he is not mining right now. There is 0 mining, and Ager is streaming down more units. If there are defilers with these groups, this might be enough to just end it. These Marines moving forward, and yeah, Relentless realizing he can't do anything, and just like that, it ends GG. That counterattack worth its weight in gold, but look at that Ager just also massively out-resourcing Relentless. That's what happens though when it's a 5-base Zerg. So that moves Courage up 2-1. So now who shall be sent forward from Ace to challenge that performance from Ager, which really, you know, there was a moment or two where it's kind of tense, but really Ager just kind of cruised. You know, he had that one moment where maybe the tanks were going to do a little damage, and there was one point where everything kind of died, and you were like, well, but always rolling on a stronger economy, and then just started producing everything like crazy. And unfortunately, Relentless had no response to that. And now we are just waiting on the announcement of who is going to be up next to play. Relentless saying, well, you didn't play TV, you didn't play DVT, and it's going to be Ground Zero, Floa Dribbler, I'm just going to call him Flo versus Ager. I guess it'll be same game name, ANG and G. Or will it? Okay, Ager is saying he will indeed make. So it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for set 3. Where am I from? I am from the U.S. I am from Colorado. Oh, whoa. Flo had not joined the host, is ditching the game. A-N-G. Lego. Oh, Flo is making 2. It might be Zare 1. Zare tab 1. Go. It works. It's functional. There's no way to tell if there's lag until you start playing the game. What? Unless it just meant there was lag for someone joining. I am absolutely ready to go. Go, go. So here we go. Neo Ground Zero. On the back of Ager's victory, Courage up 2-1 over Air Force Ace of Spades. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the winner of last game from Courage. We have Ager. In the top left-hand corner, as our yellow Protoss from Air Force Ace of Spades, we have Flola Dribbler, who I will just call Flo. Flola Dribbler, as I guess is how it would be said, full, but that's a mouthful to pronounce, and I will trip on that all game long, so we're just going to shorten it to Flo. Flo's saying 6 split. I actually wasn't paying attention. It looks like it might have actually been a decent one, although the probes aren't coming back that much in sync. It's hard to tell. Either way, we've got ZVP on Ground Zero. A map known for a particularly wide choke. It had a lot of Hydra busts on this map, and we saw some Lings. We saw Bisu lose a game on here to Sulky, because Bisu just built like 1 cannon, and Sulky just ran in like 12 Lings. It was like, oh. And of course, it was pretty popular for a while on this map, ZVT, to make a bunch of Lings and kind of go around the bunker and like behind the minerals with a bunch of Lings. It usually didn't kill the Terran, but it was pretty annoying. You could block a lot of mining and be super obnoxious there in the natural. And we do see it's going to be a cross scout from, or is it? I think he's just looking for the probe, actually, trying to decide if he can 12 hatch, and he will see it and know that he cannot. So we'll probably see overpool in response from this by Ager. As there comes that probe. Nice, so he's kind of practiced this. You can do this on Fighting Spirit if you just scout over the bridges. See probe, overpool. See no probe, 12 hatch. And there we go, the overpool from Ager. Actually might even, well no, actually I can't tell. I think these larvae were hatched after, but I'm not entirely positive. That might have actually been 12 pool, which is still perfectly fine. Oh, and we've got one base play. Might be a 2-gate from Flo. It is 2-gate. So we'll have to see how Ager's 2-gate defense is. Probe just showing the natural, and of course, it is a little more difficult to block 2-gate with these slower hatchery builds, as you just don't have the link production from 2 hatches yet. And there's a possibility there can be zealots there by the time, and your creep, sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. Your creep gets up a little slower as well, so you can't throw down these sunken as quickly. So we've got lings on the way. The question is it a full complement? If it's 2 zerglings and like a pair of zerglings and 2 drones, that could get a little bit rough, as the Overlord has not seen, and he's not drone scouting. So he's really not going to know this is coming here until he sees this first zealot. So it is 4 lings. We'll see if he's making more. Okay, he's got 6. What is in this last egg? Does he sniff it out, or if he does, this is pure? Okay, it is not. I was gonna say if it was only 4, if it was 8 lings, that would have been like pure star sense. That would have been truly Ager psychic. And Flo is making the correct response right now. He is staying at his ramp. When it's the pool first, you stay on your ramp, wait for 3 zealots, and then you can start to move. And Flo doing a very nice job keeping this probe alive so far, actually, in the threat of 6 lings. This guy is probably vastly improved. I actually played him in the last D-Ranks tournament. I can't remember. I think it was the last one. Or maybe it was a little bit before that. Either way, he was not a strong player at all, but he seems to really have improved. You know, just keeping that probe alive even for this long is pretty nice, and is doing a good job overall. So the probe is found, and there are not more lings produced. There are a lot of drones pulled. Some of them should go into immediately throwing down the sunken, and this is a bit of a scary situation for Ager. He's going to be going into full-scale ling production. I hope he is getting ling speed, or is going to get ling speed, as he will need that to move against this, especially with these probes pulled. And here we go. How is the micro going to be? Moving right now, needs to get these zealots into a nice tight clump, and they are not. One of them getting very surrounded. It's going to die already, and the probes aren't participating in this fight very well. Nice control from Ager here, who's just obliterating this 2-gate right now. And easy peasy, doesn't even need the sunken. He's like, get out of here. Get this build out of here. I'll beat you with just a bunch of drones and lings pulled ZVZ style. So now Flo is going to be on the back burner. Ager's not even going to have to necessarily ling that hard. We do see he has not started mining gas yet. I can't determine if he's gotten ling speed yet. He can actually... Does not appear that he has speed at first glance. He did not have a scouting drone, no. He just made 6 lings. And whoa, 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 what is this? What is this? We've got lings trying to sneak in. And can he block the ramp in time? A probe is going down at the natural. A probe is going down. A pylon is going down at the natural. Is the ramp blocked? No! The lings will get in. He'll be able to see what's up. The forge coming down. He's going to see, obviously, his expansion play. It's not going to do 2-gate into, like, some tech play. And now he's going to be able to be super annoying in the base. And whoa, 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 what? He's moving out. No, what? If Ager can micro this, he can kill so many probes, especially if he gets speed, although he doesn't see... Okay, he has sent his zealot back. Never mind. It is not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. He does have to worry about this. He is adding a sunken. He's got a lot of lings, so I think he's going to be just fine. And, this zealot. Okay, good. He notices, pulls it back. And in the main, the lings are still being microed a little bit. He's going to start attacking the forge. It's going to be a bit annoying for Flo, who is trying to worry about defending this on 2 fronts. And this zealot is getting surrounded. Can actually get picked off right here with the 3 lings, but not with the seconds coming up to help. And here we go. We've got an engagement. Oh, and it's not a very good fight here. And suddenly the situation is a little bit scary again for Ager, as this is enough zealots to punch through all this. And there's just going to be that one sunken standing behind. All the lings are dead. And can he get on top of the sunken? It looks like Flo is going to start targeting down drones. The sunken continuing to get off hits. Lings probably being made like mad for Ager. And the drone drilling is pretty good on top of the sunken. I like this positioning now. I did not realize how good you could drill around that. But the threat is by no means over. That is only one sunken, and more zealots being rallied across the map. And finally, we are getting tech on gas. We can see Ager's economy is not healthy at all. There are only 4 or 5 drones. The Nexus is not being thrown down yet. He's actually throwing down the cannons first. You don't have to do that. You can just throw down the Nexus and cannon up afterwards, especially when you still have this zealot aggression going on. And they are coming across the map in droves right now. And honestly, this is really, really scary. This is a lot of zealots. 8 zealots against very, very few lings. I mean, more are hatching. but this is going to be pretty strong. And here we go, running in. We'll see if he can do good micro here, good control. I'd like to see him spread this out a little more. And he's got a few. He can start attacking the sunken, and then you just switch the targeting when the lings come and attack the lings. And he's doing a pretty good job of it. The sunken is getting lower on health. The lings are down. The sunken is dead. And now this situation is absolutely as dire as it can possibly be for Ager. I don't actually know if he can hold. Lots of drones are going down right now. His economy is in shambles. He is in danger of losing his natural. We can see he's trying to make Lair. He's probably trying to go Muta off this. But the Zealots are going to run into the main, and there's really nothing he can do. He's making Lings as mad as he can. The best he can hope is they get kind of chewed up over time, but there's going to be more and more reinforcements. And oh, Flo making a big mistake, though. Should never go all the way into the mineral line like that, as you can be drilled upon easily. And now with the Lings out, the Zealots are going to try to target those down. And the Zealots are actually coming into the main now. The main getting overrun, and Zealots running to the natural. The Sunken is not even able to be morphed. The Creep Colony not even be able to be morphed to a Sunken. And it looks like Flo's 2-gate micro might be enough to take down Ager, who is running out here. He's down to like 5 drones. He doesn't have enough money to do anything with Aspire, and GG! Ager falls to Flo. Flo having taken games in both the last series of DRATL to make the finals, and now here in the finals with his PVZ 2-gate. So the series tied 2-2. Flo with the impressive win. It actually wasn't cheese. That was not cheese, I have to say. How can that be called cheese? I actually don't know. I mean, 10-12 gate is not cheese. You know, if it was 9-9, sure, but no one does 9-9 gates in their main. Yeah, 9-9 proxy is, but that was not 9-9 proxy. That was 10-12 in base. That doesn't make it cheese, but it is somewhat common to pull pro. Well, I wouldn't say it's common, but you see it from time to time. That is not cheese. I'm sorry. I do not agree with that. And the fact that it's 12 pull, yeah, that changes the game a little bit too. It was actually only 3 probes. Alright, so it's going to be Sentinel now coming up to play, so we're going to have some PVZ. And yeah, that's what I thought. It's pretty common to throw probes in. I don't think it's cheesy at all. I just don't agree. I don't agree with this, that it's cheese to 10-12 and bring a couple probes. Oh, I'm on Redex's friend list. I was like, wait, what? Why the hell would he be telling me this? Sentinel is kind of borderline, at least from my experience with him. He's between like cheesy and aggressive. He does aggressive plays that border on being cheesy. They aren't quite most of the time, but they're close. And he does a lot of 2-gating as well. I have not actually had a chance to go into late game though against Sentinel due to the nature of the games though. Played him once, well, it was 3 games in a previous D-Ranks individual tournament, and I was horrible against 2-gate and got hilariously raped by 3 2-gates in a row. And then I played him in the semifinals, and that was an unfortunate game on my end as we went both 2-gate opening. He transitioned to DT. I went Expo, added the cannon, but it didn't and I expected DT proxy, but the cannon didn't quite finish the time, and I made the mistake of only making 1. So I still didn't get a chance to see, so I don't know his late game management, but I know his early game is aggressive and pretty strong. Alright, so we're about to go into the next game. Alright, so spawning in the top left-hand corner is our purple Protoss. From Courage, we have Sentinel, who actually all killed my team last week to get Courage into the finals. And in the bottom left-hand corner is our yellow toss. We have Flo. And the series is tied at 2-2 right now. The other thing that's interesting about complaining about cheese is the probes actually did absolutely nothing. They didn't even participate in the fight, and the part with the probes got crushed. It was just the follow-up, you know, so it wasn't even really the cheese part that Ager died to. It was just the fact that Zealots were continued to be made, and he played a little too greedy against it, didn't make as many Lings / Sunkens as he needed to, and just ended up dying. There just wasn't enough units. It wasn't like it was horrible micro or anything, it just wasn't enough. And look at this. Look at this from Sentinel, returning the favor. He's gonna go try to get in the main. Oh God, but he's gonna see it. Oh wait, there's a pylon. Or is there a pylon? Oh, never mind. I freaked out for no reason. Never mind. All right, so we just got gateway and gateway. False alarm. False alarm. Is he gonna try to gas steal though? I mean, this is a pretty quick. I think it's actually just 8 scout though. Is he gonna take the gas? Is he gonna take the gas? I've actually had people do that to me every once in a while in PvP. It's kind of strange. I'm always just like, okay. Oh, Flo is just... This seems to be what Flo does. I guess he's just a 2-gater. But either way, we've got a 2-gate, and this is a pretty fast... I gotta count probes on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is like 9, 10 gate or something in main. And Sentinel countering with 2 gates, so we'll see how the micro is. So Flo's not going to know about it, but it doesn't really matter. It's Sentinel with a little bit healthier of an economy, as I don't think he cut anything to make his gates. Probably a 1 or 2 probe advantage for Sentinel, but it's kind of too many to count now and actually see what's going on. Is that a Zealot out? Yes, it is. Where's it headed, though? Okay, it's headed the correct direction. And Sentinel also sending his first Zealot out. So they're going to cross paths, say hi to each other. We'll see who decides to commit to who, or if they both just continue to harass. Sentinel not on A move, so the first hit going down there for Flo, and Sentinel decides, alright, I'll just back up and hold my ramp. I've got more Zealots coming out. And here come the 2 for Flo, and the 1 for Sentinel. But by the time he gets to the base, Flo, or Sentinel should be fine. Oh, Sentinel's actually got 3 now. So Sentinel wants to bring the fight a little bit with these Zealots. In theory, though, if they both stay on top of their macro and Zealot production, there shouldn't be much of an opportunity for Flo to do that much damage against Sentinel. And there we go, 5 Zealots on 3. Cannot afford to engage here. And we're just kind of waiting to see how this is going to pan out. No player is taking their gas yet. Oh, but over here we've got a 3rd gate. Oh, okay, this could be a little bit scary for Flo. If he doesn't add his own gateway, the Zealot count will get higher from Sentinel. And it is 6 on 5, but 6 and 7 coming down for Sentinel. And, oh, it's going to be tech. Okay, it's going to be a long way to range, though. This is kind of dangerous. This might even mean there's going to be a point where self-protection needs to stop, and Sentinel getting off better hits, but a better arc for Flo. Sentinel pulling back out of there. Wait, where are Sentinel's other 2 Zealots? Oh, never mind, he's got 7. He should have taken that engagement, I think. He could have spread out, started pulling back, the Zealots being double-teamed, and been absolutely fine. It's actually not 4-gate, though, so far, although actually it is being added. So, again, like I said, Sentinel is an aggressive player. He likes these kind of plays. And Sentinel getting off a few free hits there on Flo, who doesn't have the best setup. Now Flo with the greater Zealot count, we can see it is... But it's about to change. At some point here, is going to become greater for for Sentinel and not change once these gates kick in. And Sentinel has a good place to engage. Will he go for it? He is trying to go for it. We'll see if he does a good job pulling back the Zealots being double teamed. Oh, it looks like that is exactly what he's doing. And now again the numbers in favor of Flo. Oh, Zealot's blocking his probe. But this is nice. Sentinel can actually get a good arc at this place. Not a good setup here, as 3 Zealots are teaming up his own, and this is going to get scary. Sentinel's just going to try to casually move up his ramp, and with the superior Zealot numbers, if he just attacks 2-on-1, just fine, he can actually trade efficiently at this ramp and gradually work his way up. But he needs to be careful, because if he gives too long, Dragoons are going to be out. We can actually see a cannon is going up at the top. He has moved off the ramp, which might give Sentinel the opportunity he needs. It's not quite like ZVZ where he can dodge up there. Oh, and a probe is actually... Oh, wait. Maybe it's probe killing probe. A forge being added for Sentinel in case... Okay, now the probe is dead. Is Sentinel going to try to go up, though? He's about to lose his opportunity as this cannon is getting very close to being morphed in. And with 4-gate, you'd rather, especially 4-gate Zealot, you'd rather land a killing blow. More Zealots continue to trickle in. One has been forgotten about. And now there are goons out as well, so... Oh, a second cannon. Wow. Alright, so Flo is like, holy fuck, I don't want to die. But, because of what Sentinel is doing, this is the proper response. 2 cannons being made for DTs, and probes continue to be made as well. Now that cannon is done, and there's also a cannon being made at the top of the ramp. And yeah, to be honest, judging from this reaction, I suspect Flo's probe actually saw those proxy gates. Because that would be... That's really scared. And this is kind of odd cannon placement too. So I imagine he actually saw that. Or at the very least, his senses are tingling. But I'm guessing he saw it. And he's adding a 3rd gate. He's actually did get the archives, but that's not going to do anything. There are 2 cannons up. DTs, but the DTs will not do anything. It's too predictable of a follow-up. Yeah, Reavers are kind of nice against that. Especially with... Well, he's getting gas. Is he going to add the Citadel and turn this into Speed Zealots? That can be very effective, especially if the Protoss switches to Dragoons and all of a sudden is confronted with Speed Lots. But Sentinel's actually going to have to go back home now and build a Robo, as he's not going to be able to do anything with DTs out on the map. Oh, DTs are going to go shut down the proxy gates. Ouch. Didn't even think about that, but those are going to die. He's not going to cannon those up. So Sentinel about to be behind in gate production. He is taking a Nexus, and actually Flo can do the same now behind these DTs, as Sentinel is going to be a long way away from Robo, as it's not even started, or from Obs I should say. Throw down your Nexus! Nexus! So we're just waiting to see the tech path. Right now it's just Goon and Goon range for Sentinel, and Flo has somehow gotten himself in a good position. This DT in here still taking swipes at these Zealots. It looks like, oh, he's trying to delay for these cannons to finish. Oh, he could actually shut this down if he ran in here now, but he's more concerned about killing the Zealots. Probably not ideal, but he is buying the time he needs, and this cannon will warp in, and with all the other units surrounding, obviously this DT cannot do anything against that one cannon. He's got to back up! He's got to back up! Okay, he gets out of the range. The DT will stay alive, and Sentinel is in effect contained. His proxy gates are fully shut down now. And Flo getting an Expo of his own. Sentinel's Expo is faster though, which is worth noting. The Maynard is not though. Sentinel! Maynard some probes, man! Maynard's... That was actually a really scary army from Flo, although Sentinel's is pretty big too. And got a 3rd gateway in the main. We still have no sign of any other tech, just getting some goons out right now. He's not going to go the route of Zealot Speed, and there's the Robo. And here comes a bunch of units from Flo, although it's very goon heavy. Although against slow lots, pick off the cannons and the natural goes down. Oh, I really like this. I think it would actually be possible for him to do as well. If he gets rid of the goons, and then he can just micro the slow lots and probably take down the cannons. We'll see. He definitely wants to commit to an attack, though. He's going to leave the DTs behind, and now he's running in here to engage. And the thing is, Sentinel has lots and lots of Zealots, and yeah, Flo is like, oh, I don't think I can take this on. And I like this play from Sentinel, actually going from both sides, going to limit the micro potential. Oh, nice decision also here from Flo, using the DT to drive the Zealots away from the top, but he just needs to be careful not to run it into the cannons. Ah! And he does back off, keeping it alive. And now if he just micros down the 2 cannons, let's see if he thinks this through. He can actually micro down those 2 cannons, and he might just go for it with everything he's got. And he will be able to shut down the Expo. 1 cannon is about to go down, and the 2nd cannon goes down too, and now the DT arrives to fight. Sentinel will obviously continue to fight, but what is the status of his obs? They're still a ways away. He shouldn't really be committing this much though, because the obs is about to pop and he will lose at this point, but the DTs can definitely go do some damage to this Expo. It looks like the DTs though are going to fight the army right now. I would have gone for taking out the Expo. He could have actually taken out the Robo probably even before that observatory finished and completely sealed the game here, but that is not going to happen. And now he just needs to be careful of the fault. There are 3 DTs. Sentinel is going to be forced to lose all of his army. He is counterattacking in the process. There's a cannon up. There's 4 DTs out though, so this, and yeah, Sentinel's like, oh god, I got to go home now and wait for that obs. 2 more cannons are being added. The obs, oh, there's actually a hidden cannon back here now. The obs should be out any moment now. And these DTs just banging away on everything, being terrifying. Oh, and he's a creep back into range of that cannon. There we go. I sees more cannons morphing, and Flo does now pull back. And Flo is working off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Gateway Sentinel off only 3. So that looked like it was going to end up being a really bad result, but honestly killed a lot of Sentinel's army and has a lot of production from his gateways. But now these DTs need to get out of here. Are they just going to die? They gotta run! Run! Run away! Okay, they are running. They're in full flight now. Full retreat mode. And now there's a question of, can he hold this attack from Sentinel? That is 6 goons and 5 zealots against 5 goons, a cannon, and a DT. I hope he's got his next round of units coming out soon. Another DT, not what he needs right now though. Although these DTs are actually going to be pretty good against zealots. DTs are very, very strong in that particular situation. But he should wait and fight at his cannons. There we go, doing a good job of this. Just needs to pull back. By time, but Sentinel will continue to be reinforcing, but the gateway count is much higher. Flo can reinforce much quicker than Sentinel can. And in the meantime, dun 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 dun. But it's a DT drop. If it's 4, it actually could do something depending on the reactions of Sentinel. There are 2 cannons, but if he gets on top of them, 4 DTs will kill cannons really quick. Sentinel needs to glitch probes. The first cannon will fall for sure, I think, unless he can get probes on top of them. The 1 cannon goes down. Can he get through the 2nd cannon? No, he cannot. Good hold by Sentinel there. Nice probe glitching. Everything coming back as he realizing his main was in jeopardy. And Flo, it looks like, is going to pick up and get out of there. And now it is 7 gates for Sentinel. Like I said, very, very aggressive, all-in type player. Good at what he does. But will he be able to break Flo? Or does Flo have the skills to beat him in the macro game? Because Sentinel, like, some people take that to be like an insult if you say like aggressive or all-in player. But Sentinel backs it up with pretty solid macro and is just generally like a good player. So that's not intended as any sort of a insult or like, oh, that's all I can do. Like, even if he doesn't kill him with this, he's still a strong player all around, and will probably win the macro game as well. I'm not sure about Flo's mechanics, but Flo is also going to 7 gates. The army from Flo is actually pretty scary right now, although the army from Sentinel pretty big as well. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 goons or so. 3, few more zealots for Flo, but a few more dragoons for Sentinel. And this shuttle really can't do anything. With that cannon in the main, it's not enough. If it reloaded with like 3 more DTs, it could actually be pretty scary. But he's rebuilt that cannon and everything. Oh, he actually has added 3 more DTs. I take back what I said. He could pick off some gateways, or try to, but the army is too close at home right now. And perhaps even sensing it, maybe even hearing the shuttle unload. And here we go, yeah, the obs arriving now. This is going to end up being a lot of money, though, spent on DTs. Like, this is a lot of gas going into DTs at this point that really haven't done anything. That's at least 7 or 8 DTs that have died that really haven't done anything. But the army is still pretty big, especially if he brings his other part. Oh, God, please don't make this mistake. Oh, no, no, he's forgetting an entire control group of his army. This is a disastrous mistake at this point, and he's trying to engage in a bad spot, too. Maybe he's noticing that now. Really needs to notice. Like, he's got a really big, scary army if he brings all of it forward. As we can see, there's these units in the natural here as well that he can bring forward, but he's not doing it. He's going to take the 3rd behind that. Now he's retreating away from Sentinel's army that is very goon-based. Okay, so it doesn't end up as disastrous. I was worried he was going to fully commit to the attack without any of his forces. Nice job here. I like this probe scouting, making sure there aren't hidden bases or shuttle scouting as it may be. And he is getting that third base up before Sentinel. Who has smartly decided to make an Archon, as there's a lot of Zealots in that army, so having those will be a nice addition. And it looks like Sentinel is also going to come down, and he has every reason to think he's being aggressive. He is off 7 gates. I'd like to see a little bit better spread here, but these look to be pretty similar sized armies. Sentinels might actually be a little bigger, but Goons do take up a lot of space. Here we go. Flow should move in with everything. Now Sentinel realizing, oh, there's a really good arc. I don't want to attack into that. Or at the very least, I want to get a better arc myself before I engage this. But I guess decides, not going to engage at all. And we can see the third base going up right now. But it's up a lot faster for Flow. But Flow hasn't transferred probe, so it's not actually a mining base yet. There we go. Sentinel canning up his Expo. Flow, transfer, SC, probes. There we go. There we go. And both players actually building up a fairly sizable army here. And happy to just kind of sit in the middle of the map. And we see it is still 7 gates, and 7 gates for both players. Upgrades are 1-0 against 1-0. And it's just kind of stalemate. Nobody really wants to engage. Right now it looks like Flo has a way bigger army, to be honest. And he's going to start adding some Archons to this. But armies can look different too, depending on how like clumped up they are and whatnot. Like, have you ever seen like 24 tanks? If they're like clumped, it's like, it's a lot of tanks, but it's not that scary. Then they're spread out and you just like shit your pants. You're like, holy fuck. Spans halfway across the map. So neither player, okay, there we go. So Sentinel also getting his SCV transfer finally going over to that base. And it looks like both players might just sit and wait till max before they do anything. More gateways could probably be going up for both players, as they are on 3 base now. See, is that double forge for Sentinel? No, it's just a single forge. Both players, I think, are on... No, double forge for Flo. So Flo's going to start pulling ahead in the upgrades, too. It's 1-0, though, against 1-0. Okay, so still 1-0. And Sentinel thinking about it, but is not committing yet. And that is a lot of Templar, lots of storms. Flo needs to engage with his whole army. There we go. This is a really bad arc from Sentinel. It's very vulnerable to getting stormed right now. Good storms going off there. Will there be more to go off? I don't know. The Templars seem kind of stuck. Needs to throw more storms down in the backfield. And right now, it looks like the army of Flo is just murdering Sentinel's army, as there's a lot more goons left. There's not many of the Zealots left. I hope there's more storms or something. Sentinel is not throwing anything down. Actually, now the battle is looking a little more equal. The reinforcements are coming up, though, and fighting closer to Flo's base is a good thing. And Sentinel is getting pushed back here, having been solidly thwumped in this battle. Just didn't have a good arc and did not correct that mistake. A fatal error. I mean, you just can't engage like that. Storm does so much damage when you're in a little ball like that. I don't know if it's enough to break, and I don't know if you should commit to it. There's a few cannons here to defend, but there are a lot of units you could possibly go over. Well, we'll see what he does. Okay, if he pulls back to the bridges like this, I actually like this. This is smart here, engaging at the bridges in a fairly narrow choke. Storms are going down, pretty good ones actually, but Sentinel is down to just a few units, and Flo, again, for getting units, having a little trouble here apparently with his hotkeys. Or something, as not all of his army. Whoa, nice storm picking off 2 Templar. That is important at this point. Every unit counts now. All of a sudden in this situation, we're back to early game situation with a lot of reinforcements. Okay, here comes the Zealot train. These few Dragoons would be nice, and this might be enough to break him. I don't know if Sentinel can hold. The goon count is growing, and Sentinel is just kind of sending units one at a time, and I just don't know if he can pull enough stuff to hold. The Zealots now are charging in, but the attack just isn't coordinated. He's not sending everything across the bridge. Flo just, Flo, like, not always having the micro he needs. He's giving Sentinel a chance to build up more units. If that had been in tandem, that would have been far more effective. But it still might be enough to break the main with the Archon support there. The cannon is, whoa, he's attacking the pylons. Not the best. And the storm goes off on the probes, a pretty decent one. Now Flo just needs to keep reinforcing, which he is forgetting to do. And Sentinel says GG. Flo 3-2, moving ahead of Sentinel. Or moving Air Force Ace of Spades ahead of Courage. Wow, Flo got way ahead in resources. Did not, I guess he did take an expansion factor, but I guess